Every success story starts with a great idea, and the idea for the Kyiv Post belongs to American Jed Sundin.
We came to Kiev back in 1995, I guess. And we looked around. Back then it was a very different city. It was just after the wall had come down, and there were similar newspapers in Warsaw and Prague and Budapest. And there was nothing here. So I, with the innocence of youth, decided that I was going to set up a newspaper.
And so the Kyiv Post began. The internet was still in its infancy in Ukraine, so the Kyiv Post became must-reading for expats. The newspaper gave readers the latest sports scores, told them which restaurants and nightclubs were hot, and until 2009 also played matchmaker in its classified ad section, bringing together Ukrainians and expats. But business and political coverage was always the centerpiece of the newspaper. Such journalism was daring and dangerous in the early years, especially during the presidency of Leonid Kuchma. Somewhere along the way, we also adopted the motto of independence, community, trust. The Kyiv Post went strong through most of the decade, starting innovations such as the Best of Kyiv Awards, employment fairs, and going online in 2002. By July 2009, the Kyiv Post got a new owner. He was Mohammad Zahor, a native of Pakistan and a British citizen who had recently sold his steel mill in Donetsk.
I took the decision that let's invest in this venture, which was totally not mine. It was not in my core business. At the same time, I thought that I should do some communal work or work for the community. This is the prime source of experts' information, actually, and if this thing will be closed down, I think the Kyiv is closed for the experts or for the outside world completely.
Within 6 months of Zahor's purchase, however, Viktor Yanukovych took power. The next 4 years were difficult for the nation and for the newspaper, with people close to Yanukovych attempting to censor, sue, and buy the Kyiv Post. One by one, the Kyiv Post prevailed against all these challenges.
I would have sold this business to anybody who would give me only 2 guarantees that he's not going to close it and the newspaper is going to be independent as it is.
The newspaper launched its first Tiger Conference in 2012 and now regularly hosts conferences and special events. It launched a paywall in 2013, becoming the first Ukrainian news organization to do so. It started a legal quarterly and other specialty publications. Also, in 2013, journalists launched a non-profit organization, the Media Development Foundation, to raise money for investigative journalism, training, and exchanges. In 2014, the newspaper's online readership soared as the staff covered the Euromaidan Revolution and Russia's war against Ukraine, bringing in 65 million page views. The record audience helped transform the Kyiv Post from a community newspaper to Ukraine's global voice, with 75% of online readership coming from abroad. Today, Ukrainians don't want the second revolution in a decade to be in vain, so a critical element of the Kyiv Post coverage is its Reform Watch project. Together with partners, the newspaper puts the spotlight on how successfully Ukraine's leaders are removing corruption, creating rule of law, and strengthening defense and security, public finance, the economy, and public administration. Kyiv Post is proud of our news coverage, which won the prestigious Missouri Medal of Honor in 2014.
As valuable as it is to the citizens of Ukraine, it's played an even bigger and more important role in educating the world. It has become the most reliable source of news from within the country of Ukraine to the English-speaking world. We need this kind of courage to move journalism forward.
The Kyiv Post has also been a launching pad for many careers.
Many of our alums went on to do great things, working for such leading publications as Wall Street Journal, Financial Times, Mashable. Some launched their own as Новое Время in Ukraine. I myself started at KP in 2008 as an intern, and it was the place that enabled me to pursue my dream and get admitted to Harvard University. And now, 5 years after having completed my graduate education and worked elsewhere, I've returned as a CEO, which has been the most challenging yet rewarding professional experience of my life.
Ukraine needs independent and investigative journalism as much as ever. With continued support from readers, advertisers, subscribers, donors, and partners, the Kyiv Post journalists will stay on the job, covering the story, whether it's revolution, war, corruption, or simply reviewing the newest nightclub or restaurant in Kyiv. Thank you from the entire team that believes in independence, community, trust.